Welcome everyone. Today I'll be changing the oil in this 2017 Volkswagen Jetta. We got some storms rolling through this afternoon, so trying to get it done before that. But I just wanted to show you this, and I'll show you some of the items you may need as you get going. First things first, I would recommend looking under the hood on what oil your engine complies with. This one takes a VW50200. I know each Volkswagen can be very particular, so I would recommend just looking through your owner's manual, looking under here, and just seeing what your engine may or may not take. So to get going, what I got here is I got this 5W40 engine oil that I read that does match up with, that complies with this Volkswagen. I got the oil filter, my oil pan, a drain bottle, of course. I got some gloves. That's just for my personal preference. You don't necessarily need them, but maybe would recommend them. Got my wrench, 19 millimeter, to take off the oil drain plug. Got some rags just for me personally as well, and you'll need something to get up under the car with. You can just use cardboard, lay on the concrete, lay on the grass, whatever you have, but luckily I have this creeper seat, so I'll be using that to get up under all the vehicles I have. So outside that, you may be wondering why I have this drill here and these bits up under it. I'll show you where to get to the oil filter. I lost my train of thought. The oil filter, you'll have to take off just a little plastic covering to get up under there. So you'll need something, whether it's a screwdriver or whatnot. I think it's probably a T20 or T25 bit to kind of take those few screws off, to pull that off and be able to get the oil filter off. So without further ado, I'll get up under the vehicle and kind of show you where everything is. So when you get up under the car, the oil filter will be right here. Like I said, behind this kind of plastic skid plate covering, there's going to be some screws on this side, 4 on this side, if I can get my arm turned around, and then I don't know if you can see, but about 4 on this side, and then some along the front. I would recommend only taking off as many as you have to get this covering off to get to the oil filter, as you don't have to take as many, put as many back once you're done with it. So at this point, I took off all the screw heads. It was a T25, and you only need to take off the 4 on each side. There's a little, up here on this front side, there's a little lip. You'll just have to push through right here, and there's one you can't see on the camera. You push it off, slides right off. So at this point, you've uncovered the oil filter, and then right back there, you have the oil drain plug. So at this point, you're ready to drain the oil and kind of start the process. So now that you're under, you have your drain plug right here. I have my drain pan and oil filter right here. I think it's pretty common practice to start with the oil drain plug first to get most of the oil out of the system before moving to the oil filter to help reduce the mess. So that's what I'm going to start with. So I was finally able to break it loose. At this point, you see some oil is starting to drip out. So at this point, you just want to kind of, I don't really want to get all oil all over me. That's why I wear gloves. You can let this just drop off in the pan, but I don't necessarily love to, so I try to catch it, and that's all it is. I kind of keep a rag with me. That's why I kind of keep rags. Kind of wrap that drain pin up into it, drain plug, and sit off to the side where I won't lose it. I can kind of clean it off. And then what I like to do is I just like to let this drain all the way. I like to give it 10-15 minutes, kind of anything that may be left over in the tank. And I'm not in a rush. So, you know, when you go to the mechanic shop or those express oil change, they may be in a quick rush or whatnot. You know, if you're doing it yourself, I'm no professional, but doing it yourself, you're not in a rush. So just take your time if you have it and let it drain and go do something. Maybe eat breakfast or something, and then come back and plug it all up and everything. But once that kind of gets done draining a little bit more, I'll move the camera and show you what I do about the filter over here. I was given this, used it once before. It's super beneficial, super helpful. If you can, you just, oh wow, see, that's when you know in life that you just kind of get screwed over sometimes. And I'll be going about this another way, because that clearly does not fit. This one fit my car, and probably will fit my truck, but like I said, German cars have very specific items. I'm just twisting myself. make sure you have your pan up under your, see, there you go, you got kind of that last bit of oil, kind of, it's because you got oil in this filter over here as well. So just make sure if you have a pan, it kind of covers both sides because it's still dripping out that other end down there. Oh, see, there we go. And I'll let that drain right there. So now that I've removed the filter and everything, it's still draining back there. Like I said, it'll take some time to do that. I like to just come up here and kind of clean off the seal, because I know on the new filter you'll put some in the filter and all that, and rub it on the edge so it makes a good seal. But I just like to clean it off from the old stuff just to be careful, in case, you know, it doesn't make a complete seal if there's a little gap in there, or somehow some dirt or particles got in there, you know. I just like to go the extra step and kind of clean off the face, and then from there you can just slide that new one right on. It's just a personal preference of mine. I don't know if that's known worldwide or if that's done a lot, but that's just the thing as I do my own vehicles. I got the time, so I like to do it a certain way. So now that you have kind of go through your checklist, you drain the oil, take off the filter, you let those both drain for a little bit. It's time to kind of put the plug back in. So I know some people say they like to change the plugs out every time. I don't see the reason of that, unless you just kind of look in here and see that this washer around the edges has just been real beat up. Other than that, I really don't see the reasoning to change it. But hey, if someone watches this and like, hey, you need to do that every single time, let me know. So this is where I kind of like to do my checklist. You know, I got up in the car, I drained it, took off the plug, took off the filter, cleaned the areas, let it drain. Once it drained, put the filter, or the plug back on, and at this point, into this filter. So this car takes about, I think it's 4.2 quarts of engine oil. That also includes the some in the filter as well. So what you want to do is, after you're done putting the drain plug back on, because if you don't, it could leak again. Once you're done with that, you'll need to fill up your canister. I like to try to fill it up 3/4 and then put a little oil ring, kind of rub a little oil around the seal right here, just so it's a little lubricated and can seal to the bottom of the car. So this is actually only not even a quarter of the way full yet, so I'm going to keep filling this until I see it's about halfway full, halfway 3/4, just my preference. And then at that point, I'll just slide it up under the car, I'll screw it back in, just make it real nice and tight, snug. Like I said, you don't have to just man up on it and tear it to pieces, but just snug it up the car, and then at that point you'll move to the top of the car and you'll be going from there. So at this point, you made it to the top of the car, you've changed all the old oil out, you've removed it, put it back in the plug, put on the new filter. At this point, I've already removed the dipstick, comes out from right here. Only other thing right here, you'll take this out, that's just a little cap. I try to just put anything where I don't have to get any dirt, anything on it. And at this point, like I said, you'll just fill it up with, I'm gonna probably put about 4 quarts from my bottle in here. Kind of going half a quart at a time. I don't want to overfill. That's, you know, I don't want to overfill or underfill. So I'll probably put about 4 quarts in it. Since I'm a little bit unlevel with this, with the car up on the stands, I'll back it all off. I'll run it, you know, it's good to, once you put a little oil in it, run it for a second, 10-15 seconds, no big deal. Just kind of get that oil, pull it all back through the engine to see where your level is. So I'll use that time when I back it up, and then I'll just top it off once it's back on a little bit level ground. So that's really all I have for today. Once I fill this all up, we're all good to go. If I was you, I would just for my safety reasons, I'm gonna check the engine oil in my car the next couple of days. Just, it's the weekend, so I like to just kind of check it, make sure nothing's leaking, kind of get up under it. No big deal. If you have some cardboard, it's great to throw up under the car if it's not gonna rain like it is today for me. But yeah, I'm just gonna put that in there and go from there. So hopefully this video was helpful to somebody, and if not, I'm sorry. But if you have any tips for me in the future, please let me know. Till next time.